Hi, my name is Gabriel with WP Biz Plugins, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate the employees functionality of the WordPress plugin Local Business Superpack. So what we'll be doing is we'll be adding an employee to the database. I've already added 4 sample employees before, but we'll add an additional employee to the database so I can show you how to add the employees. And then we'll output all of the employees here, 2 per row. So we'll get going right away here. Let's go to the dashboard of WordPress, and you'll find all of the employees and everything that has to do with adding and managing employees under the employee menu entry. So if you click here, go to employees, you can see that I've already, as I mentioned, added 4 sample employees, and you can reorder them as you like here. You can drag and drop. This automatically saves, so when you need to reorder things, just drag and drop it like this. We'll do it like that. Meanwhile, but now we're going to add employees. So in order to add an employee, you can either click here or you can click here. We'll go ahead and click here to add an employee. And you're met with an add a new employee dialog. The first thing I want you to think about and read is this bolded thing. You can leave out any field of information you do not have or do not find relevant to your website. So there's no absolute need or requirement to fill out everything here. It's just the more information, the better, more or less. But you don't absolutely have to fill in everything. But we'll start here. You can input the name, and then you can put an employee picture. So a picture of the employee. If you don't have a picture, a generic picture will be shown, which you can also actually change the generic picture inside of the configurations dialog. We'll get to that later, or rather you'll find that in the configuration dialog down here. You can input the position of the employee. You can put the employee's phone number, you can put the employee's email, and you can put a short presentation of the employee. Now, if you put the employee's phone number and the employee's email here, or any of them, you'll all automatically create a click to call button when you're surfing with the mobile on the website, as well as a click to email button. So that can come in handy. But we'll go ahead and add an employee here. The first thing you do, we'll call him Carl Koller. It's a very creative and neat little name. I will go ahead and add a picture of him. Let's see here. I've uploaded a couple of pictures before. Carl Koller, could that be you? Yes, I think you look like a Carl Koller, although you're black and white, but yeah. Should have thought of that one. Carl Koller, he's a color expert at house painters. That's something I think you'd need. We'll add this is just a random phone number just to make it output the button. And we'll also go ahead and add an email that doesn't exist, but only to exemplify. Now you can output a presentation here if you want to. I'm going to add something just to show you how it looks. So, hi, I'm Carl Koller, and I work as a color expert at the house painters. Yeah, okay, I apologize for any grammatical errors. Contact me when you need expertise in color. Exclamation sign, yeah. Okay, so that should be good enough. So we look through here. Okay, we have added a name, we have added a picture, we have added a position, a phone number, an email, and a short presentation. Great, that's all we need actually right now. Oh, that's all you can actually input as well, so. We'll go ahead and publish this one. Let's load. Okay, and we can see that the employee is added. Great. So click here, all employees. And you can see that, let's just let it load here. Yeah, Carl Koller is here now. Great, together with all the other employees. So that concludes the first part of the video. What we'll now do is we'll go back to our employees page. And we are going to output all of the employees here, 2 per row. So I want 1 to be here, 1 to be here, 1 here, 1 here, and so on. So in order to do this, we'll need to edit this page, the employees page. So go ahead and click pages here. And we'll look up our employees page. We'll press edit. And we right away see our placeholder here for the employees output. So what we'll do now is we'll select this and we'll remove it. And now we're going to add the actual employees output. So we'll click our favorite button, the local Business Superpack button up here. We'll scroll to employees and we'll select inline. So that's the display mode we want, inline. And we're as usual met with a configuration dialog. Now I'll go through this as usual quite briefly. So the amount of employees to print per row, you remember that we said that we want 2 per row. Excuse me, yeah. Do we want to use schema.org markup? Yes, we usually want to use schema.org markup. If you don't know what schema.org markup is, or if you're not quite as familiar as you'd like to be with it, there's a section in the documentation for the plugin that explains it quite thoroughly and why it's used in the plugin and how it works. In short, you only ever have to worry about answering yes or no to this question. So, in other words, you don't have to worry at all. But yeah, usually you want to use schema.org markup. And if you only want to print one specific person, you can enter that person's full name here. But we want to print everything, so we don't have to put anything in here right now. So we're done with the configuration, and we'll press OK. And you can see that the plugin outputs a shortcode in here. So now we're going to press preview changes in order to see the changes we've made. We'll press this. And as soon as it loads, we can see that we have our employees output here. So you can see that the name is listed, the title, the image is here, the phone number, the email address, and the little presentation I was talking about. These are outputted 2 per row, as you can see here. Now there's a number of things with this. First of all, we can see that Carl Color is at the top, and I would like to order this by position. So the CEO should come first, the CFO should come second, and then the professional painters and the color expert. So we'll go back to the edit page here. We'll click update to save the changes we've made. And we're done with this page now as we've outputted this, so we can press employees. And now we're going to reorder these so they are in the right kind of sequence that I want them. So the CEO is Bianca Boss, and the CFO is Eva Economist. So we'll put these on top first. Bianca Boss, let's pull her on top there. And then Eva Economist under her. We'll go to employees. And we'll look here again. Okay, we need Carl Color to be under them, and then the professional painters. And Carl Color is under them, and then the painters. Great, so this saves automatically. So when we go back here and we update this, or actually we can press, since we saved the changes, we can press the actual page now. Press this and reach employees. We can see that the order is changed. Great. Now, in addition to this, I would like to show you what happens if you're surfing from the mobile phone. So for instance, we'll reduce the window size to emulate that we're on a mobile phone. And you can see how this looks. And you can see that when we scroll down and we find Bianca Boss, for example, you can see we have a click to call and a click to email. So on your mobile phone, you can just click this to call Bianca Boss, or click this to email Bianca Boss. So that's good for quick contacts if you're surfing through your mobile phone and you want to reach someone in a specific company who has this plugin. That's very easy to do. You can scroll down there, you can see how it looks in general. Okay, so let's bring this back up. Now that concludes the second part of this video and basically everything you need to know. Now in addition to this, of course, there's a thorough and pretty elaborate configuration setting or configuration section. So if you go to local Business Superpack and you go to employees, you click that, you'll get a bunch of configuration options. Now as usual, I'm not going to go through these all, but you can play around with them yourself. In general, you can change the default image for the employees that doesn't have a photo, for instance. So if we open an employee and let's take Carl Color and let's remove his image. So to pretend that he doesn't have an image, we'll update this. We'll go back here. We'll update this. There we go. My keyboard stopped working with that. Okay, we can see that there's a default generic image here, which you can change to anything you'd like. So you can make your own image and put here for everyone that's not really, that you don't have an actual image for. Go back and put back Carl's image here. It's that one. Great. Update him. Awesome. So looking back at this, or looking further at the configuration dialog, there's a bunch of options here for styling, and you can add your own custom CSS and things like that. So just a few options that you can play around with if you want. Most important is perhaps this one, taxonomy for arranging employees. You use this if you want to categorize your employees. So say that you have 2 or more branches and you want to have a separate page or a separate headline of, for instance, main office here and secondary office or something like that. I don't know, the Seattle branch or whatever. If you have something like that and you want to divide up your employees but still keep them on the same website here, you can use, sorry for clicking all over the place, you can use this, the taxonomy for arranging employees. When you activate this, you'll get a setting that allows you to categorize the employees. Okay, so that is it. You now have your employees listed here, and you can dig further into the documentation if you want to learn how to use the taxonomy to arrange your employees. So that'll be all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care. Goodbye.